What's up everybody, Prepared Guy here once again, and today we're taking a look at the Olight Swivel. This is Olight's successful attempt at a pocket-sized work light, and I'm kind of excited about it. Upon unboxing the swivel, you'll find the swivel itself in all of its glory, along with a 1 meter C-type charging cable, and of course, the instructions. The swivel is powered by a built-in 3.7 volt 2600 milliamp lithium polymer battery. It's also made of ABS plastic, is IPX4 water resistant, and has an impact rating of 1 meter and weighs in at 180 grams or just over 6 ounces. I'll leave the tech specs from the manual on the screen now just in case I accidentally leave out any details, so pause the video here to see those details. For my test, I ran the swivel on the Cob mode, as this will be the most likely mode that will be left on for an extended period of time by most users. During my runtime test, I ran the swivel on the 400 Lumen Cob mode, and it lasted for 4 hours and 53 minutes, which was 7 minutes short of the 5-hour runtime stated in the manual. I usually give a 10-minute margin on the runtimes for most lights because environmental factors can sometimes play a part in the runtimes. The swivel ran impressively for that 4 hours and 53-minute runtime and didn't have much of a drop-off in lumen output, as you can see from the time-lapse video. During my thermal test in the 400 Lumen Cob mode, the swivel produced a maximum thermal output of 103 degrees Fahrenheit or 39 degrees Celsius after 33 minutes of use, so there is no worries about this light getting too hot. And finally, during my recharge time test using my Anker PowerPort 3, the swivel recharged from completely depleted to fully recharged within 3 hours and 43 minutes, which was 1 minute longer than the recharge time stated in the manual. So in short, the swivel performed within a reasonable margin of the performance statistics stated in the manual. Now let's go over the modes, lumen outputs, and general operation of the Olight Swivel. Alright guys, now we're going to go over the general operation of the swivel. So let's take a tour of the outside first. As you can see, you have your USB port on here. It's got a little rubber flap. That's USB-C. Then you have your 4 indicator lights, and they're very easy to see once they're lit up. See, obviously they're nice and bright. And yeah, then you have all these screws in the front holding the Cob light in. Got this nice little piece of plastic there, it's solid. You got your button on the side here to turn the light off and on. And then you have the swivel part where you can actually bend it and move it like this. It goes one way like this, or you can put it like this as well. You can put it like that. It has 3 magnets on the back here. Make it so you can pop it just about anywhere and it stays. Nice solid design here. You got a little flashlight up front here. And then, of course, it has a clip, which I don't like the fact that it goes outward. I like the ones that go in, but if it went in, then it wouldn't have enough room to really clip onto anything. So I guess that's, you know, a better design for this specific light. Then obviously you have all your information on the back, the 2600 milliamp battery, and then it tells you the input for the charging, and then the max in lumens and the lowest lumen level. And pretty easy, pretty simple stuff right there. Really nice little work light. So let's go into the modes now. So the button operation is as followed. You press the button, it goes into the medium mode. Press it again, goes into, medium mode. Then you press it again, it goes into the high, and then you press it again, it goes in the low. If you wait more than 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and press it again, it turns off. So when you cycle through, you have to kind of press it immediately in order to go to the next level. So you have the first level right here is going to be the medium mode, right? So the medium mode has a runtime of 9 hours, and that's 160 lumens. So we're going to do this again, cycle over to the high mode. The high mode has a 400 lumen output with a runtime of 5 hours. And then we'll cycle through to the low mode, and that's 12 lumens with a runtime of 90 hours. So that's a really long runtime. So say that you want to change the mode to use the front-facing flashlight. All you have to do is turn the light on, hold down the side button, and it goes into the high 200 lumen mode with a runtime of 5 hours. And then obviously you turn it off because I've already had it on for 3 seconds. So you have to cycle over right away to use the low mode, and the low mode's 50 lumens, and then it has a runtime of 27 hours. So say you had to hang this somewhere, you know, like this, and you wanted a little spotlight, that's going to run for 27 hours. So that's pretty cool. So let's go into some dark areas and see what this can illuminate. The Olight Swivel has a max beam distance of 25 meters or 82 feet in the high 400 Lumen Cob Mode, and has a max beam distance of 80 meters or 262 feet in the 200 Lumen Flashlight Mode. Both the Cob LED and the primary LED flashlight run a cool white color tint, coming in at about 6500K. So say you get stuck at the side of the road, you need to see what you're doing, you have a flashlight, and then you can go into the high mode, 400 lumens, put it on the side of your vehicle, and you're able to work on your tire or see whatever you need to see. All right, guys, we're on the porch. We're about 20 feet away from the railing, and we have the swivel in the low 50 lumen flashlight mode with a runtime of 27 hours. That's 27 hours, and that reaches out to 35 meters, which is pretty darn far. This looks super, super bright for what it is. And now I'm going to jump over to the 200 lumen flashlight mode with a runtime of 5 hours with a reach of 80 meters. And you can see those trees out there in the background are approximately 100 feet away from my position on the porch right here. So that's pretty darn far. You can see that marker is 50 feet from the porch, and we're about 20 feet away from the railing. So that's about 70 feet away, and you got an extra 30 feet behind it that you can see out. So that's pretty far for a 200 lumen flashlight. So now I'm going to transfer over to the Cob mode. We're in the Cob mode right now. That's the medium Cob mode, 160 lumens, and that has a throw of 15 meters. I'm going to switch it over to, the high mode, and that has a runtime of 5 hours. That's 400 lumens, guys, 400 lumens and a 25 meter throw. And you can see that really lights up the porch. I'm going to walk out here on the porch and show you guys exactly what that looks like for me. Like if I put this over here, say on the balcony here, and you could see everything around me. There's nothing like if I need to work on a project outside, this is a pretty darn good light to have. And like I said, you get almost a 5-hour runtime with it during my runtime test. So this is going to be excellent. If you're outside at night, you need to do a little bit of quick painting or something, you're installing a window or something, it's a good work light. Now I'm going to throw it into the low 12 lumen mode. That's a Cob mode, and that has a runtime of 90 hours. So this mode that we're in right now has a runtime of 90 hours. You can't see very good in front of you with it. This has a 5 meter throw, which is approximately 15 feet. But you know what? For what it is, that railing is 20 feet away. If I move a little bit closer with the camera, we're about 10 feet away from it now. You're going to be able to work on a small project. That's the 200 lumen flashlight mode. We're about 50 feet roughly from the marker in front of us, and about 100 feet roughly away, well, about 75 feet away from the tree line right there. So, you know, that's not bad, guys. That's a pretty darn good throw for this flashlight. And this is just a 200 lumen light, and you're getting a pretty darn good amount of light from this. I really actually think the reflector is pretty worthy. So like I said, that tree line up there, almost 100 feet away. All right, guys, so say that you were using this and you turn it off. It has a green glow-in-the-dark little frame here, which I think is really kind of cool. So I'm going to throw this into the medium 160 lumen mode. We're going to start this out. So you can see in front of me here, you can see this table here. I'll throw it up on the ceiling. And now if you had a power outage, you have plenty of light to see what you're doing. You can see me nice and clear. You can see what's on the table nice and clear. I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the 400 lumen Cob mode. Now you can really, really see. It's almost like washed out. That's how bright this thing is. It's nice and bright. So if I put this behind the camera, kind of stick it to the ceiling, you could see literally everything that's over here, crystal clear. If you were working on a project, say I was like painting or something, I was painting a wall or I was installing a light or something, this light here is going to be able to do you a big favor and give you plenty of light that you need to complete the project. Now, I'm going to throw this again into the 12 lumen mode. And this is the 12 lumen mode. This is more or less for close-up projects. So say if you're working at something small right in front of you, say you wanted to read a book in the dark during a power outage, you could do that as well. If I stick it to the ceiling, I'll stick it over here. And you can kind of see me right now. It's not as bright as it was before. You can't really see what's going on in the background over here, so I have to like come really close. So I'm about 2 or 3 feet away from the camera, about 2 or 3 feet away from the light. So whatever I use this to see, I'm gonna have to be relatively close to whatever it is I'm doing. But that's good because you get a 90-hour runtime out of this mode. My pros and cons are as follows. First, the pros. The Olight Swivel is bright, long-lasting, and versatile, and a good value for the money. It's well made and basically a perfect pocket-size work light. Now for the cons. This isn't really a major con, but it is noteworthy. The runtime did fall 7 minutes short compared to the runtime stated in the manual, but then again, runtimes may vary depending on environmental factors such as weather, charger types, and battery decay over time. For this particular shortcoming, I might not have left the light on the charger long enough after the lights all turned blue. Maybe it needed a few more minutes to charge completely and I just wasn't aware of that, but as far as I know, as soon as all 4 of the lights turn blue, that means it's fully charged, and then it goes right onto the bench for testing. Maybe next time I'll try leaving it on the charger a little bit longer after all 4 of the indicator lights turn blue. So those are my primary pros and cons for the Olight Swivel. So if you're thinking of picking up the Olight Swivel in the future, you better act fast since this is one of the fastest selling Olight products on their website. During the last 2 flash sales, it was one of the first items to sell out completely. If by chance you find one in stock, I would suggest that you grab it immediately, especially during the next flash sale, which is coming up very soon. I think they're so popular because of their super versatility, they have a ton of power, and they are genuinely a perfect pocketable sized work light. The Swivel retails for about $35 at regular price and runs as little as $25 during most of the flash sales. And it comes with a 2-year warranty from Olight. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for you guys to check out more information about the Olight Swivel and to pick one up if you want. I hope this video has been helpful, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Prepared Guy, and until next time, guys, stay prepared.